2021 was a massive year for Pokemon cards. We got 6 new English expansion sets throughout the year, and in today's video, I'm going to be ranking them from worst to best. Make sure you watch to the end because my favorite set of the year may surprise you. All right, now 3 things before we begin. 1. No matter what, there's always going to be some level of subjectivity in a video like this. My list is probably going to be different than your list, and that is totally okay. However, I am using 5 predetermined metrics to help guide my rankings so that I can hopefully do this in somewhat of an objective way. 5 things that we are going to be ranking are set quantity, set quality, pull rate, price and availability, and the X factor, which the X factor is basically going to be, did this set add anything to the TCG other than the cards themselves? Second, I am not an expert at playing the TCG. I am more of a TCG collector. So anything in regards to playing the TCG is not going to be taken into consideration in these rankings. And third, don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. Coming in at number 6, we've got Battle Styles. Battle Styles came out in March, and while it does have a few good things going for it, it's just not a set that I get particularly excited about. The overall set just doesn't have a ton of great arts in it, and then couple that with a less than ideal pull rate, and it's just setting you up for a lot of disappointment. Some positives of this set is that it does shine love on a few Pokemon that don't get a lot of love in the TCG, so that's pretty cool, especially for the people that like to collect those certain Pokemon. And it is definitely one of the more cost-effective sets, with some recent sales of booster boxes going for as low as $90. The biggest redeeming factor of this set is that it did actually add quite a bit to the TCG, including the first cards of the different Urshifus that were introduced to us in the Sword and Shield expansion. It also did give us the single and rapid strike components that are now on a number of the cards that are in the set and sets that have come out since then. And this was actually the first set to come out with the new alternate art style that we've seen in other sets since then, and is my personal favorite kind of art style that has come out in the last couple of years. The Sleeping Tyranitar is an iconic card because it definitely embodies how I feel after I've stuffed my face with Taco Bell and then I just go into a food coma immediately after. All right, now coming in at number 5, we've got Chilling Reign. In total, I gave Chilling Reign a total score of 16 out of 25, so let's dig into why. It's got some amazing arts in it, and it actually has quite a few desirable alt arts and secret rares like the gold shiny Snorlax. It's got the acid art Galarian Slowking. I've got the Zero Aura from it, which is one of my personal favorites, you can see here. And then my personal favorite card in the whole set, because it's my favorite Pokemon and I don't have it yet, which makes me sad, but the Alt Art VMAX Blaziken, one of the most unique arts I have seen on a card ever. So why is this set rated so low? If you've ever opened it before, you know for a fact that it's because the pull rate is booty cheeks. It sucks. It is nearly impossible to pull any of the best cards in this set, no matter how much of the set you open. I have opened multiple booster boxes of Chilling Reign, and I would say most of them end in disappointment. I've probably had 1, maybe 2, where I opened it and I was like, huh, that is probably what I should get out of a booster box, and the rest I really do not get a lot out of it, and I know that a lot of you guys don't either. I think this sentiment is pretty much shared across all TCG collectors that have opened Chilling Reign. The set rate is horrible, and if I could have given it a -5 in this category in my ranking, I would have, but I gave it a 1 because gotta rank it 1 through 5. And I honestly gave it a 1 in terms of X Factor because it does have some cool cards in it, but there's nothing really that changed the game or anything additional that was added to this set, other than maybe providing us with a set that allows Minnesotans like me to relate to the Pokemon, given the chilling nature of the Minnesota climate this time of year. I actually had this set tied with Battle Styles, but I ended up giving it an additional point to move it into 5th place because honestly, if you are able to complete a master set of it, you are going to have some incredible cards in your collection, but that's a big if. All right, coming in at number 4 on my rankings, we've got Fusion Strike. Fusion Strike is the most recent set that's come out at the time that I have recorded this video, but it definitely feels like more of a filler set that is coming out in between Evolving Skies and Brilliant Stars in February. It does have the largest set of any of the Sword and Shield expansions and the largest set that's come out since Cosmic Eclipse, so I do like that because it does mean that if you do open a pack of cards at, a given pack that you pull out of a booster box, you're probably going to pull some cards that you haven't pulled before in most cases, unless you're already well on your way to a master set. The downside of this set is that it doesn't have the best pull rate, and I would probably compare it to being the most similar to like our Battle Styles that I ranked at number 6. So while this set does have some more desirable cards than Battle Styles, in my opinion, it still does suffer from some of the pull rate issues that we've experienced with multiple sets this year. I've had multiple instances of opening an ETB or a booster box and only getting a single V or a single VMAX and really not a whole lot else beyond that in those respective boxes, which is utterly disappointing. What I will say is that compared to the other previous two sets, and this might just be a personal thing, I actually have had some pretty good success at pulling some of the bigger chase cards in this set. It's just that when you do open a lot of these booster boxes and ETBs and retail products, you're probably not going to get a ton of hits. I will give this set credit because it did add the Fusion Strike component to the TCG, so it did add something beyond the cards itself, and it does have some really cool alt arts in it, like the Gengar World Eater, we've got the Genesect Breakdancer, and we've got the Celebi card that was originally just a Japanese promo, and I'm very thankful it did make its way into the English set. It's also worth mentioning that if you are trying to complete your alt art evolution collection, you are going to need to get your Espeon VMAX alt art from this set. The price for this set is slightly higher than a Chilling Reign or a Battle Styles at the moment, but I think that's mostly because it's the most recent set to come out, and we just had Christmas. So I do think that as Brilliant Stars comes out and more print runs of Fusion Strike happen, this set's price will come down even more, at least in the short term, because long term, I think most sets are gonna keep going up. All right, we are now in our top three, so let's do this. Coming in at number 3, we've got Shining Fates. Shining Fates was the first set to come out this year, and it came out at the peak of renewed Pokemon hype. This set had some crazy expectations, and I would say that it lived up to those expectations for the most part. Shining Fates is both the second set to offer amazing rares after Vivid Voltage first did at the end of 2020, and it was also the second set to have a shiny vault just like Hidden Fates did in 2019. While Shining Fates does have some great shiny pulls like Lapras, Ditto, Toxtricity, who may actually be in the Spider-Man multiverse, and of course the shiny Charizard VMAX that I was lucky to pull for myself and I've got here. But overall, I would say that Hidden Fates does definitely outweigh Shining Fates in terms of how great the Shiny Vault is, because the Shiny Vault was absolutely stacked with a lot of the Gen 1 starters, as well as the Shiny Evolutions, Shiny Quagsire, and so on. But Shining Fates did do a good job of introducing a lot of shiny Sword and Shield characters that we had not yet seen on cards before, and so that's pretty cool. I just personally wish that this set would have given us maybe a few more hits, potentially like an Amazing Rare Groudon or Entei, and maybe introducing something like Gen 2 starters into the Shiny Vault, which I don't even know if they've ever done, ever. I think there was missing a few components from the Baby Shiny Vault, but overall, still really fun cards that you can collect, and it's going to keep you collecting for a long time if you're trying to get a whole master set of Shining Fates. This set has remained pretty cost effective thanks to a lot of ETB restocks on Pokemon Center's website, but because there is no way to get booster packs of this without an ETB or another retail sealed product, I definitely think that this set is going to increase in price quicker than some of the others on this list. I know that it will probably be printed for a period of time throughout 2022. I don't know for sure, that's just my thoughts. At some point, when it does go out of print, it will definitely be one of the sets that you're gonna wanna hold on to for a long time. Now coming in at number 2, we've got Celebrations. Celebrations is the 25th anniversary set that Pokemon came out with in October to commemorate the 25 years of Pokemon cards, and it is an awesome set that is absolutely stacked. Now for a lot of people, this is definitely going to be the best set of the year, and I definitely do not blame them. It certainly is one of mine, which is why I have it at 2, but I do think that it is kind of a cheat code given that over half the set is actually just a reprint of other cards that have come out before. So I do want to factor that into my rating, as well as this set has just 50 cards in it in total. So it has the smallest set list by far, which again, makes sense given what it is. But for me, I really do like when these different sets have a massive set list, or at least a larger than this set list. So that way, as you open packs now and into the future, you definitely don't feel like you're just pulling duplicates over and over and over again. I definitely do feel like that is sometimes the case with Celebrations, and part of this is because I feel like we're on a Celebrations hangover from just opening so much of it in the first month or two of it being out. But I do think that it is important to note, and if you've opened any amount of it in the past, if you're like me, you probably have a ton of Pikachus, Zacians, Zamazentas from the first half of the collection, not the classic collection portion, and so you're gonna have a ton of duplicates with this set, and I'm just taking that into account. Now, of course, from the base set of Celebrations, You're going to get a lot of holos of legendaries, which is super cool. But again, you're going to get a lot of duplicates. And really the only true chase card in that part of this set is the shiny gold Mew, which is a chase card in and of itself. And honestly, this is more of a personal preference for me, but I'm not a huge fan of the holo style that they went with for all of these celebrations, holos and full arts. I think that it honestly makes the cards look kind of blurry and it takes away from the art itself. All right, now that I'm done hating on it, I do want to give this set its fair credit. It is an iconic set that is going to be amazing forever and ever. So I do think that it's one that you are going to want to hold on to, at least one sealed product of, if you are looking for a collector's recommendation, because I do think that as soon as it does go out of print, it's going to be incredibly tough to get your hands on. It was printed a lot right now, but as time goes on, it's going to get tougher and tougher to find that sealed stuff. And it's the only way you can get those booster packs. But for the time being, the price of it has not been too bad. I would say you're able to get a lot of stuff at or near retail, the ETBs and the other retail boxes that have come out. The only thing that has remained pretty tough to get your hands on is that sealed ultra premium collection box. And I know that during Christmas and before Christmas, there was a lot of retailers that were dropping more and more. So I hope all of you were able to secure one. But I know there's a lot of people out there that have not been able to get their hands on one yet. So stay vigilant. I hope you guys will be able to get one before they stop printing these. And I think this is probably a good time to mention that I'm actually going to be providing an opportunity for you to get one for free in a video in the coming days. Coming in at number 1, we've got my favorite set of the year with a total rating of 22 out of 25, which means it is an almost perfect set in my eyes, Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies is in fact my favorite set of the year because I think it is a darn near perfect Pokemon set. There is a huge set list and it actually has a massive amount of chase cards in the form of secret rares and alternate arts. And the pull rate is actually probably the most balanced pull rate that I have seen in a set this year, and I think it's exactly how every Pokemon set should be moving forward. I certainly hope that it is like this for Brilliant Stars and other sets that we get next year. So a huge set list combined with a really good pull rate means that no matter when you open this set, more than likely you're going to pull some fun cards if you're going to open a couple of packs at a time. Obviously, if you open one, it's gonna be, whatever, nothing's promised, but you get what I'm saying. I have opened multiple cases of booster boxes of Evolving Skies, and I may have only had 1 or maybe 2 duds in the entire multitude of cases I've opened. I think that says a lot for this set. More than likely, when you open a booster box of this, you're going to get a handful of Vs, you're gonna get a couple of VMAXs, you're probably gonna get a full art, and odds are you're gonna get an alternate art or a secret rare in almost every single booster box in my experience. Again, I don't want to speak for everybody and say that these things are promised, but this has been my experience and I've opened enough of it at mass to say that I think that this is probably the case for the set as a whole. Like I said, this set has everything in it. It's got the OGs like Gyarados and Suicune. It also reintroduced Dragon Energy into the TCG after a brief hiatus, and it headlined it with some beautiful dragons like Dragonite and Rayquaza. And of course, it gave us multiple cards for each of the fan favorite evolutions, including some of the best alternate arts that we've seen all year. I unfortunately have not pulled an alternate art evolution yet. However, I did pull one of my favorite cards from this set, and that is this one. Look at that. It's literally a Dark Knight full art card. Dark Knight's one of my favorite movies. But not only that, there are a ton of fun rainbow and gold secret rares that you can pull from this set, including the gold secret rare SpaceX helmet that I really hope to get so I can get it signed by Elon Musk. And of course, we've got the gold secret rare protein shaker brought to you by Muscle Milk. If anybody here is watching this and wants to send this to Muscle Milk, please tell them that I would love to collab with them on a Gym Leader blender bottle and maybe even our own flavor of protein powder. I think that'd be dope. And not only does this set have all of those amazing things, as of right now, you can get a booster box for $100 or less, which is insane to me because of the value that I think this set brings to the TCG. So whether you are a new collector that's looking to jump back in, or if you are a collector that is looking to find the next product that you want to keep sealed alongside with whatever you have from Celebrations, Evolving Skies is my recommendation to you. That concludes my rankings of every set that has come out in 2021. I would love for you to give me feedback on what you thought about my ranking, and if yours is different than mine, please let me know in the comments how you would rank these different sets throughout the year. Obviously, I know everyone is going to have their own opinions and their own preferences for what Pokemon come in each set and so on. I really look forward to reading through all of your replies. I actually really wanted to go into each and every one of these sets even more than I did, but the first time I recorded this video, it took more than an hour and I didn't want to do that to you guys. So what I'm going to do is actually do a set review for every single set that came out in 2021, going in reverse order. So starting with Fusion Strike and working our way backwards. And then once we get to the end, I'm actually going to keep reviewing all the sets that have come out all the way back to the original base set. One, so that I can keep getting smarter about the TCG because I took such a long break from when I was like 5, 6, 7 years old until now. And two, I think there's a lot of you that are in the same boat as me and you're looking for information about what all these different sets, and if you could have it all in one place in a video like that, at least I think that I would get value out of it as a viewer, and hopefully some of you guys will too. So be on the lookout for those videos to start dropping soon. I will see you in 2022.